All across the country for the past 14 years, starry-eyed performers have been stepping behind the microphone and into the spotlight. You see, they hope to get their chance at Nashville. And St. George refuses to play second fiddle to any location when it comes to regional competition. And after a look at this year's competition, you'll understand why. The jukebox if I die. It is the sound of country music, and in a country where dreams are made, this is where it could all begin. The Jimmy Dean Country Showdown. For 14 years, all across the country, starry-eyed performers have entered the showdown in hopes of being noticed, or at least heard. The winner moves on to regional, state, and national competition. At the end of the rainbow is $50,000 and a recording contract.
Are you nervous?
No, I'm really excited, actually.
What are you excited about?
I'm excited about singing, performing, the crowd, the lights, the excitement,
my guitar should be
the music.
Now, there are a lot of people who those kinds of things make them nervous.
I used to have stage fright, quite a bit of stage fright, but gradually you just practice a lot and do it a lot, and you get over it, or you quit. I got over it.
The Virgin River Band has opened for some big names in country music, but tonight, they're backing up some performers with little or no experience in front of a big crowd.
Instrumental, right there. There's an instrumental, and then it goes right back into. Is that like the
She keeps pretty cool about it, so, which is nice. She's done quite a few, so she's getting to be pretty cool about it. Makes me a little nervous still. Seeing her up there and all this going on.
Some of the performers are pretty nervous. It's like their first time performing, and so they're pretty nervous. And once they get in front of that crowd, they're gonna really get shaky.
Even for veteran performers, things don't always go as planned.
Cuts off.
We forgot the cutoff in there, guys.
Phil Theobald and Jesse Christensen have been here before. On stage, they're known as the Younger Brothers. 2 years ago, they made it to the national semifinals. Talk about nerves.
Beyond nervous. You're way beyond nervous. You can't keep anything down. You can't keep saliva in your mouth. You can't keep a lot of things. All you can stay is nervous.
You get nervous? Only when Jesse gets nervous.
Most performers agree right before stage time they somehow pull together enough nerve to face the crowd and do what they came here for.
I'm going to have a ton of fun. That's what I'm here for. I'm having a ton of fun.
That's the secret, huh?
You bet. A little worried about how the sound will come out, but it doesn't matter much, I guess. It's just here to be fun. I'm more nervous now than I will be when I get up on the stage.
But you're still not camera shy. That's the good thing.
No, I'm not camera shy. I get up on that stage and it's like a switch goes off. My nerves shut off and it's time to put on the show face.
Let's finish the song, buddy.
14-year-old Greg Woodruff reminds us that country swing doesn't always refer to the music. So where'd you learn how to move like that?
Oh, I don't know. My mom, my dad, my dance teacher, I don't know.
Second place goes to Brad Jensen, an impressive performance for a guy who, before tonight, had never performed with a live band. The winners, the Younger Brothers. Their reward, $300, an adoring crowd, and another shot at Nashville.
The lights.
Let's go, Nashville.
Okay, kids.
We'll be following the story of the Younger Brothers on their way to the state competition and on their road to Nashville, and we wish them the very best. When we come back, 2 weeks ago, we brought you the story of the Younger Brothers. They performed right here in St. George at the Jimmy Dean Country Showdown. They moved on to the state competition, and good news, they won. And that means they'll be going to Arizona to perform at a regional competition. Our congratulations to Phil and Jesse. We'll keep you posted on their progress. You know, believe it or not, summer is winding down, and in case you haven't made it out to the lake, hello everyone, and welcome to another great issue of TV's St. George Magazine, a reflection of the lifestyles in southern Utah. I'm your host, Dan Matheson, and thanks for being with us as we give you another wonderful look at the very beautiful place you call home. This week, we'll sit down with the Younger Brothers and talk with them about their dreams, their music, and their families, and the balancing act they go through nearly every day. We'll also take you for a ride on the Information Superhighway and show you how folks in St. George are riding along. Mike Smith shows us the flop shot, and Adrian Hinton takes us out to the orchard once again. But first, an interview with the Younger Brothers. We caught up with them before their performance at the Jimmy Dean Country Showdown at the Arizona State Fair. And they shared with us what they're willing and not willing to do to make them go all the way.
My oh my, how time flies when you're having this much fun. It's hard to believe we've been together for 6 whole years plus one. I've read the menu and I can tell you when it comes down to love, I'm done looking 'cause your home cooking is all that'll fill me up.
I dream about being somebody. I dream about that every day.
And I've been stretching my neck for 7 long years, never found love to match it. Now after all that looking, it's suddenly clear, my dear. I got the 7-year itch, and only you can scratch it.
Yeah.
My dreams are a little bit, they're dreams with kind of with an escape clause, you know. So it's like, yeah, I really want to do that, but only if certain things can remain intact. And so my dreams are kind of more controlled and cautious, I guess.
Some woman gave up her nylons for this thing here. See?
Jesse had been singing out of the cotton mill a little bit, and he went up there singing a song, and I went up and just sang with him, and we were like, hey, that was fun. That was fun.
I remember my wife saying after that, she said, Phil got on stage with you, and there was something magical about that. And that was, ever since then, we've had quite a few comments that say, when both of us are on stage, it's there's something that's clicking.
Good looking, sweet talking, good stomping, sexy walking, hot loving woman like you. Yeah.
We feel like we have a goal to go as far as we can, to do the big thing, to do the big time. If we can do that, we're gonna give it a lot of emphasis and a lot of focus in our lives, but we're not gonna throw our lives away for it.
That's the key. It's obvious to Jess and me that you know, families are first, and if we can do both, let's do it. That's what we want to do. But if we can't do both, you know, we know our #1 priority is.
Good looking, sweet talking, boot stomping, sexy walking, hot loving woman like you.
It's hard for me to keep a balance. That's just the bottom line. It's hard. You gotta work for it every day. And I think the most important thing with my wife and I is that the trying times come up, but we've got a commitment in the back of our minds, in our hearts, really, that keep us. We always resolve to fix it. We always resolve to make it work.
No matter what.
Yeah, no matter what.
There's a lot of local support, and there are a lot of people who would love to see you guys make it all the way.
I mean, every day there's somebody.
Every day somebody comes up and says, I remember him when he was a painter. I'll say that to you, or I'll tell somebody else that.
Yeah, my comeback is that they always say, hey, will you remember me when you're famous? And I always say, Yeah, if you'll remember me when we're not famous.
I got the 7-year itch, and only you can scratch it. Get some of this here. All right.
Younger brothers, younger brothers. Woo, woo, woo.
That's our cheer.
If the Younger Brothers win this week, they go on to Nashville and compete at the National Jimmy Dean Country Showdown. And they wanted us to be sure to thank all of their sponsors for helping them get there. That is SkyWest, KONY Radio, Walmart, Motorsportsland, The Local Book, Mark and Vicki Sorensen, and J&J Building Supply, another proud sponsor of the show as well. Well, stay tuned because when we come back, a ride on the internet.